So, for the past couple of weeks, I've been participating in federal grant reviews. And that's just the process that the federal government uses to score grant proposals that it receives. I've probably participated in this process each year for probably the past 8 to 10 years. What this process has reminded me of is some of the simplest mistakes that people make on grant proposals that make it especially hard for reviewers to give them optimal scores. So I want to talk to you all about the top 3 things that I think are just the most simple mistakes that people make when they're writing, especially a federal grant proposal, but really any kind of grant proposal. So I think I'm going to split this up into 3 videos. So stay tuned. So the first one, and I promise you all of these are really simple. The first one is use headings. Make the information easier to find. And to go a step further, use the headings that are in the RFP, the NOFO, whatever the grant instructions are. Use their exact headings. So if the heading is the need statement, put a heading that says need statement, and in that section, that's what you're going to talk about. The heading says organizational capacity, use that heading, those exact words, and talk about your organization's capacity in that section. Using headings is one of the simplest ways to be sure that the person who is reviewing your grant can find the information easily. That's number 1. Need an example? I got you. So here's a list that I pulled from a federal grant proposal that's open as of the time of this recording. And we can see there's a list here starting with the table of contents, and you do need to have a table of content to make information easier to find. But let's focus on the rest of this list. Starting with the project summary / abstract. We don't have to include what's in parentheses, 1 page. Just use the heading project summary / abstract. And then you're going to include your project summary or abstract. Let me know if you want a video on how to write a project summary or abstract, because I also see some abstracts that are not really abstracts, but I digress. So use the heading project summary and abstract, objectives and need for assistance, expected outcomes. Make all of these your headings in your proposal and talk about those respective things under those headings. Sounds really simple because it is, but believe it or not, a lot of people don't do it. And so we end up having information that's spread out throughout a proposal that makes it really hard to kind of connect the ideas and the dots because they're not sectioned out. And there we have it. Just like that, we've already got through part 1. Make sure you come back for video 2.